once in a lifetime tag. You're a big hunter. Like, I truly felt like we earned it.
Oh man, there's so many bulls. I don't know which one to go after.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was like, when I saw that one coming, I was like, don't shoot that one, don't shoot that one.
We just got it done opening morning.
You can't like draw out a better scenario.
Absolutely.
We're getting ready to go down and meet up with our new friend James. He's got a very special tag. This is, I mean, any opportunity we get to go down here and elk hunt, we take it. This is considered to many a once in a lifetime opportunity. I think it's arguably one of the best tags to have in the West. James has a rifle tag. It's Wednesday today. We're getting ready. We're gonna go try to get camp set up before the sun goes down. And then tomorrow we're scouting. It's gonna be a great trip. I mean, there's nothing better than chasing bugling bulls with a rifle. So stay tuned, stick with us, and we'll be meeting up with James here in a little bit.
How's it going?
I just left. There's a bunch of bulls coming up, so I wanted to pull out before I scared them off. So
Heck yeah.
decided to come back to camp and cook dinner for us.
It truly was one of those small world stories the way we got connected with James. He originally contacted a friend of mine, Anthony, who owns a local outfitting business. He explained he didn't have the permit for that zone anymore and told James he knew a guy who would love to go and just help him out for fun. That guy happened to be me, and we love doing anything we can to help support our vets. This was the perfect opportunity to get out there and help someone who deserved the opportunity of a lifetime. Here we are. We made it.
We made it.
Yeah. James is the man with the tag this go around. You're part of a veteran organization that kind of helped you get set up with this tag.
Freedom Hunters.
Freedom Hunters, yep.
So Anthony Pace was kind enough to help me out, and he actually gave me the information to apply for a disabled veteran special big game tag. And I applied for it, and I was actually selected for a once in a lifetime bull elk hunt, and now I'm here.
And here we are.
And now I'm here.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of wild. Tell us a little bit about your history. You know, what did you do in the military and all that stuff?
So I was with the U.S. Army. I started in 2006, and I ended my contract in 2014. I was a sergeant in the Army, so I had multiple positions. Mm-hmm. We had multiple deployments over to Afghanistan for Operation Enduring Freedom. And on my last deployment in 2010, I was injured, and I had a traumatic brain injury, had some right ankle injuries due to RPG attacks. And what happened was I came back, got healed up, and they said, okay, well, your services ended. So I kind of bowed out, and I just kind of went out and started helping out with Anthony. And I kind of liked the whole process of going out and taking out veterans and doing the same thing he was doing for me. So Freedom Hunters has been phenomenal for helping us out with doing that. I mean, they take everybody from every branch of service, from even Gold Star family members that are taking folks out, which I think is
awesome.
Phenomenal. Getting them out into the woods, I think that's more helpful and beneficial for them getting out here and actually seeing, like, this is how it is.
Yeah.
As soon as I got the tag, like, things just started aligning. Like, they just, hey, here's a couple folks to call these guys, and then we got in touch with you, and I'm like, no way, this is really happening right now.
Tag opens tomorrow. We're out here in our little spot that we like. It seems like most of the cows are all pushed over here, and most of the elk are pushed that way. So so maybe we kind of need to work ourselves that way. Try to get away from the. I just heard a bull down here. So, anyways, and we just saw 4 bedded cow elk. Yeah. The good news is there's definitely some elk around. This is an old burn. Last year, all this grass was just waist high. Unfortunately, the cattle are in here pretty heavy right now, so we just crossed this fence, this grazing fence back here. Now we're in some ungrazed country here, so as you can tell, pan the camera down here, all this grass, like you can just see grass everywhere you look along the ground. So like James was telling us from his experience yesterday, all the cattle are down here, and he seemed that most of the elk have kind of been pushed off this way, and that makes sense because now we're in this lush old burn. So
After hearing bugles all throughout that first night at camp, we did feel a little silly driving off in the buggy that first morning, but I'd had lots of luck in the years past finding big bulls in a spot I like to call the rut hole. As soon as we arrived, we could immediately tell the area had been tortured by cattle. The feed was sparse, water sources were trampled out, and the elk just weren't using this area the way they had been in the years past. It's easy to let things like that discourage you, and just like with any area, until you really get away from the road and put some boots on the ground, it's hard to throw a spot in the bucket, especially if you've had prior success there. So we did a quick 4-mile loop to get a feel for the overall sign and how moonscaped things really were. Although we were not in the thick of them, we did eventually catch up to a lone bull out cruising for cows. He made it very clear the rut was on.
got it. Oh yeah. Oh dude, it's a nice bull. Just had our first encounter. Had a nice bull right over here. He was just cruising this ridge line looking for cows. We wanted to get a better look, so gave it a few cow calls. He came over, checked us out. Jay got some good footage of him. He was a nice bull, not broken up or anything. So I think Jay,
Yeah, nice 6x6. I mean, Jackson, you called him all the way to 175 yards.
yeah, he was looking too. Like the good news is he heard one cow call him. He was like, and he came on a run. So
He stopped dead in his tracks when he heard the cow call and turned right to us and started moving.
yeah, so that's a good sign. I mean, they're fired up. So we're hearing some bugles over this next rise. James was over here yesterday. He saw a nice bull that he would like to get his eyes on again because he thinks it's a shooter. He thinks it could be a 6x7. Like, he just didn't get a real solid look at him. So hopefully we can get over there, get our eyes on that bull, and then hopefully run into a bunch more. So seems like we're just starting to get into them.
Yeah, I think, like you said, all these cows just pushed everything over. They're just trying to get away from everything.
Yeah, those cows are rambunctious. They're causing a ruckus down there.
There's plenty of good stuff to eat, and nothing's really been touched over here.
Yeah.
So we just made it back to the UTV. We saw 4 bulls this morning. We had a real nice encounter.
Yeah.
One came in about 175 yards. Nice 6x6, and then we saw a few more further up the canyon. Quite a few cows moving around. So we decided what we're going to do is we don't want to blow that area out. What we're going to do is we're going to come back, head back over to camp real quick, re-gear up, and then we're going to go try another spot where we think that a lot of the elk are going to be kind of concentrated in. And I think it's mostly because there's a lot of people congregated in one area. So we're going to try and eliminate that area and just go around the opposite way and try and make our way inside.
Yeah, and I mean really if we don't find a ton more elk over there, like we do know there's a few good bulls over there. So
absolutely.
yeah, I mean either way we're gonna go over and get into some elk, but it would be nice to find the rut hole, because right now this isn't it, but there's enough sign around that it's like, all right, where did all these elk go? You know, they're close. So little mid-morning break fast. I'm feeling good about this afternoon. I am feeling good. I'll admit, I was probably not being myself this morning. I was being a little bit pessimistic. I wasn't hearing as many bugles as I wanted to hear. But we have to remember, we're in one of the most epic places on earth when it comes to the elk rut. Tomorrow's opening day. There's going to be huge bulls that we find tonight.
Hopefully right here we'll have another guest of honor sitting right with us for dinner.
Hey.
Well, we just left this nice set of wallows and ponds and a bunch of water in this meadow back here. There's a bunch of sign. I mean, fresh sign. We're gonna go check out the backside of this ridge here. There's a big bull, old burn area, and really hard to get to, no roads, so looks promising.
After bouncing around to a few of my favorite spots that afternoon, we still just didn't feel like we had found what I like to call a rut fest. We really wanted to get in on some rut action, so I had one more spot up my sleeve for that evening where I felt we could get in there, glass a little bit, but most importantly, just kind of sit down and listen to the evening hours unfold.
All right, guys, we're back. We're pretty close to where we were this morning. There's a couple of shooter bulls in here. There's one that James really likes, and we're just kind of coming at it from a different angle, trying to get away from all the cattle, all the people. We just started getting into a bunch of sign. Look at this right here. Big bull came and just stood right here. Just went to town. Big scrape right there. Big old dry wallow in the ash, and then a couple other big rubs right here. So. Lots of luck.
Right away, we could tell we were in the money. The cattle hadn't been in there at all that summer, we were already seeing fresh sign, and we could even hear bulls bugling off in the distance. No one had to say anything. By the looks on our faces, you could tell we'd found them. Because it was the night before opener, we didn't want to push anything too much, so we just hunkered down and listened. Sometimes during the elk rut, it pays to just sit back and let your ears do the scouting. No need to risk bumping anything and throwing around your scent, especially in an area you plan to hunt the next morning. It was so cool. As we sat there, we could hear bulls bugling, antlers clashing, and just up ahead, we could even hear a bull glunking, tending his cows.
Right on. Come on, bugle. He's about to bugle. He's trying. He's just fucking wore out. That is the coolest bull. Oh, here he goes, look at him. Look at his belly, dude. I don't think I've ever heard a bull that has that long of a bugle. He just goes and goes. He's getting fired up because he heard those racks crack. Alright guys, we just got done with our scouting day here, opening days tomorrow. We finally feel like we got into them tonight. We were definitely in the middle of, a rut fest. I'd say we had some bulls fighting behind us, some different bulls bugling behind us over here, and then we were watching a really cool old bull. I think James might put his tag on if we see him in the morning. I don't know. It was a really cool, really old, regressed, just a big, just warrior. Yeah, scars. Warrior. It looks like he's got a messed up eye. Big old freaking spike dagger, and then a nice heavy 6-point. And then got other bulls over here. You can hear bugling on the other side of the canyon. Yeah. So I think we're in the spot. I think relocating was the best idea from over there. It's just too many people just saturating that area. Yeah. Putting too much scent in there. This is where it's at. Yeah. Got good feelings for the morning. Oh, we're gonna sleep good night.
So it's opening morning. We just had breakfast. Just got the UTV.
James made us breakfast on his own hunt on opening day.
So we're going to go out. Jackson gave me a super nice bugle this morning to wake me up. So thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take off before everybody else starts driving down this road, and we're going to try and make our way to our hunting spot get parked, and start hiking up to our location. And hopefully here in a matter of a couple hours, we're gonna have a bunch of bulls bugling and fighting, and we'll have some more good footage for you.
Yeah, it was a cold night. It was clear, stars were out, and I'm sure that they're down there freaking whistling right now. So let's get after them.
It's a little chilly this morning.
Are you ready, James?
I'm ready.
Not ready. One's ready.
James is truly one of the most humble, genuine guys you'll ever meet. He's one of those guys you just love to go hunting with because he's really just into it for the total overall experience. The chase, the adventure, and at the end of the day, just putting some meat in the freezer. Of course, we would all love to shoot something real nice and have a trophy for the wall, but that was in no way James's intention. He was without a doubt there for the overall experience. So when James saw Mr. Dagger that night before the opener, he was simply bewildered by how unique that bull was and how old he was. That bull to James was going to be a bull that would make him very happy at the end of a hunt like this. And that made things easy, because with that being said, we had a game plan going into opening day. We knew where there was a rut fest going on, we knew there would be plenty of bulls there, plenty of cows, and so there were no doubts in our minds that there would be plenty of elk there in the morning, regardless of if we saw Mr. Dagger again or not.
Got a nice bull. Well, sounds like a nice bull. Maybe a couple of them. Just right in front of us here. We worked ourselves back up where we were last night. Sun's just starting to come up, so they're just starting to sound off.
It wasn't long before we heard bulls bugling up the mountain in front of us. We quickly made a move to get to a spot where we could try to catch a glimpse of them. Sure enough, we spotted a big bull cruising a ridgeline in front of us. I knew this was a shooter bull, and you can't count on them to stick around for long when they are rutting. So I told James to get ready in case this bull presented a shot. Sure enough, a few cow calls was all it took. The bull turned and headed right for us.
Wait till I see him. Don't be. Okay. Oh, I see him. I'm not gonna call you because I know where we're at, right? Okay, hold on. I think I might see him. Oh yeah, I see him. He's gonna come down right below us on the flat. He's coming down. He's coming. I see him. He's right there, James. Right there, running at us. On the ground, on the bottom. Dude, get up on your butt. Don't shoot the one on the left. Don't shoot the first one. Just wait a second. Don't shoot that one. He's directly behind that one. He's behind the green tree. That's your shooter. Run up the cow call right. Get him to stop. So there it is. Are you ready, Jade? Here he comes. I didn't see him. Ready, look. Wait till he passes the tree. He came right in. I was like, are you ready? You're just like, ready. Did you get that?
Yes,
So-
yes, guys,
Dude, that's a massive bull.
Dude.
We just got it done opening morning.
What time is it?
It's
7:30.
6:36
Oh, it's
right now.
6:30.
And we just tagged out a monster bull. And we just had one.
You guys, this
30 yards from us?
another 6-point came 30 yards right through here. I was like, James, don't shoot that one. The next one is way bigger. And he was just falling. I was like, oh, this one's gonna wind us any second, but I don't even think he ever wind us.
No.
This dude just came in on a dead sprint.
He was limping. He's hurt.
He's hurt. He was limping for a second. Yeah. It was kind of a slow morning, not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna get out of the buggy this morning and just start hearing bulls going nuts. And we didn't hear anything until like 6, like right as the sun was coming up. And we heard one bugle. And we were like, okay, we just kind of hang out and listen to him. James was like, let's get you right here. So we came right here. Right when we got here, we could see the bull up there, right on the
702?
700 yards. And he didn't. The problem with these bulls is like you're not gonna just be able to like get on them. They're moving, they're rutting, they're looking for cows, they're doing whatever. So like, I was just like, I think the bulls yesterday responded super well to the cow calls. So we just did a couple cow calls, and actually both bulls. There was 2 bulls.
Yeah.
Both of them just came.
2
right.
big bulls.
2 6 points. Yeah. You can't like draw out a better scenario.
Absolutely. I mean, looking right here, you can see antlers. Like, I don't even think he's 100
I mean, should we
yards.
pace it out real quick?
Yeah, let's pace it out.
I'm going with
40 steps.
Wow.
40 steps to this massive beast.
Congratulations, James.
Thank you. Thank you, friend.
God, nice bull.
God, he's a warrior. Look at him.
Look at those beams.
You really couldn't drop a more perfect morning of elk hunting. I sure felt like the elk gods were on our side that day. It's moments like this and people like James Hamilton that always remind me good things happen to good people. There's nothing better than watching an elk hunt play out perfectly the way it did that morning. At our spot with plenty of time before sunrise, bugles before first light, a beautiful bull called into 40 yards for an easy poke with the boomstick. And like we always strive for, a quick painless death. It truly was an honor to be standing there with a man who risked his life to serve for our country. Someone so deserving of a moment like this.
I'm not sure if you can even hear it, but right behind us, you can hear
Oh yeah.
a bunch more elk bugling
They're
back
still
here.
going, yeah.
Like they're still fighting.
Yep. The way these 2 bulls just came running in like that.
Call them in from 702 yards
Yeah.
all the way out here to 40 yards.
It literally doesn't get any better than that. With a rifle.
This was the furthest one.
Yeah.
So the other one was maybe.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
30
oh no, he's
yards?
gonna wind us or see us or something. He's just coming right by us, and I'm like, oh boy.
He
I
didn't
figured
even-
even if he would have blown out and winded us, this dude was so love struck. He's just.
He didn't
in.
even stop when we shot. Like that bull just kept walking.
Yeah, I never even looked at him after you shot. I just was like, yeah. Congratulations, James.
Awesome.
That
Thank you
is
guys.
awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Team Eberlestock. You
Oh.
guys just made a dream happen. This
Thank-
is a once in a lifetime tag.
Yeah. Well, thanks for letting us be a part of it. I mean,
Thank you
this
guys.
is an awesome experience.
Jay, my camera guy, thank you so much.
Good work, Jay.
Jackson, thank you. Got a nice pack out coming.
Only got about a mile.
Yeah.
I mean, God, you can't get much better.
No.
At Eberlestock, we believe in more than just making high-quality gear. We're committed to preserving the lands we cherish and wild animals that thrive in them. That's why we're a proud partner of the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, a leading force in wildlife conservation. RMEF is dedicated to ensuring the future of elk, other wildlife, and their habitat. Their mission is clear: to conserve, restore, and manage critical lands for the benefit of wildlife and people alike. Together, we're making a difference. Your support helps safeguard the landscapes we all love and ensures that future generations will have the opportunity to experience the adventure of the wild.
Well, we got James's bull all broken down and in the new Eberlestock game bags. We actually got 2 brand new packs with us today, so we're gonna get those loaded up. That'll be nice and fun. Put those to the test, and yeah, what a day!
Nice day.
Yeah,
Packing out some
nice day
meat.
to be packing up. We got a couple trips ahead of us.
And look at our guest of honor we get to pack
Oh
out.
yeah, look at him right there, Mr. Boo. We'll make our first trip and then hightail it back up here, get the rest, and head for camp.
Heck yeah. Sounds like a plan to me.
With our Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation partnership,
every purchase of our T-Milk Pack directly supports their vital work. When you choose the T-Milk Pack, you're not only investing in top-tier gear, you're contributing to a greater cause. 10% of the sale proceeds from each T-Milk Pack goes straight to RMEF. This contribution helps fund conservation projects, habitat improvement, and the preservation of natural spaces. Join us in this vital mission. Choose the T-Milk Pack, and let's continue to make a lasting impact on conservation.
My favorite part of the whole hunt was just that I truly felt like we earned it. We really put in a lot of, because the elk, I mean, they weren't just where we thought they'd be.
No, I mean, we put in, what, 10.5 miles yesterday?
Yeah,
and
well,
then
you put in 10 the day before.
9.5 the other day. So, I mean, like, we were putting some serious boots on the ground to locate these bulls. And
I don't know, for me, it was like, I just never felt like, until yesterday evening, I just never, even from like the things you were telling me, like, yeah, you know, I saw 10 bulls or whatever that day. I was like, I feel like if it was like what it should be like, oh, they were freaking just
everywhere
going nuts. And I saw 20 bulls and they're fighting. And I was like, so I was just already and it just felt really good last night to get into them. Hearing those antlers crashing, multiple bulls bugling, like it just felt
that
like
unique bull that we saw, like that.
Mr. Dagger, yeah,
that thing was cool.
Yeah, we were talking about him today. You're like, I wonder if he's. I don't think that. I mean, I'd be surprised if that dude makes it.
I don't think he's gonna make it. Like we were sitting there talking for a little bit, and like honestly, I think he's probably gonna pass this year. I think some shed hunter's gonna end up finding a really really cool deadhead out there.
Yeah.
So just the way that he was carrying himself, I don't think he's gonna make it.
No, yeah, he did not have much pep to his step. He was just head down at all times, panting, just sucking wind. I mean, dude was running himself ragged. The bull you ended up killing, it was cool. I mean, he was injured too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, came in gimping, you know.
Yeah.
Gave it a nice quick death. I mean, this thing lived a long, happy life.
He did.
So, I mean, any year after this, he was going to start probably feeling it. You know, he's becoming one of them old guys.
Yep, and you could tell just by looking at him, like some of the horns on there, where he was all broken on, couple on the left side over there, where he's just been fighting and digging. So I mean, he was rutting hard.
Yeah, yeah, and it was so good to finally hear it real crisp and be like, okay, he's like right there. And then it just happened fast.
And then you're like, there's another one right there. Like, we got 2 bulls. I'm like, what? And then I heard screaming over here, screaming back behind. I was like, oh man, this is the spot.
Yeah.
Like, this is where they're at.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. And even this morning after they started waking up a little bit, and I mean, after you pulled the trigger, it seemed like the most bugles I heard the entire trip was after you pulled the trigger from like 6:30 to 9:30, you know, whenever.
Yeah.
It all seemed like it quieted down after we heard those gunshots, but
even while we were processing this big guy, like,
when
you hit the cow call and you could hear that one bull like bugling on the other side, I was like, no way, like you're still coming in.
Yep.
And this unit's definitely producing. I mean, especially for like a once in a lifetime tag, like I'm super stoked that I got something this nice.
Yeah, I thought it was extra special to get him to come right in. You know what I mean?
That
like,
was
you
a
can't
first for me.
Yeah, you just can't beat that.
No, that was definitely a first for me. Like when you called and you're like, don't shoot the first bull, the second bull's coming. I'm like, oh man, there's so many bulls, I don't know which one to go after.
I know. Well, that's why I was like, when I saw that one coming, I was like, I know James by now. I've been with James enough days to know his finger's on the trigger right now. And I was like, don't shoot that one. But then I was like, I mean, shoot it if you want. Did you hear me? I was like, I mean, if you want to, shoot it. But I think but you should definitely wait for the second one.
Yeah, as soon as you said the other one's coming up the hill, I'm like, I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
Because I kept looking over and I'm like, he's just sitting there. Like,
yeah, and the other dude wasn't showing himself. So it was like, I thought that smaller bull was going to wind us and then freaking just take off across that bowl right there. And then the other, so... Yeah, it worked out though. He just forgot. He just kept trucking. I don't know what happened to that dude.
I can't say thank you enough for you guys for taking me out, man. That is fantastic. Oh. Like I had a tremendous time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, honestly, like I mean, we've said it. I know you've heard us say it, but thank you for letting us be a part of it because it's like you said. I mean, this is
once in a lifetime tag. You're a big hunter, like, so I can just see how, like, you know, it's, you don't always want to share your really special adventures with everybody, especially a complete stranger, you know? So it's like, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, really cool that you let us be part of it.
I don't think you're a stranger anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
we've texted for
Yeah.
months now.
I know.
So,
It really couldn't have worked out any better.
yeah, I can't be more happy, man. We got a beautiful bull, ton of meat for the freezer, so we'll be eating well this winter.
Getting to be there with James on this adventure was truly something special. As a veteran-owned and veteran-operated company, we know how important it is to thank those who have served our country. It truly was an honor to be there and help James with this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's men and women like James Hamilton and organizations like the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation that make it possible to get out there and enjoy the adventure of pursuing elk, experiencing something as wild and natural as the elk rut, freely and at liberty.